welcome to the Elevate Your World podcast. I'm your host, Jules, and in today's episode, we're talking about change. Now, change is one thing we know, definitely change is the only constant in life. But the thing is, why do we fear it so much? Yeah, I still fear change, if I'm being honest. I think we often see change as something negative or risky, failing to see that it is also a great opportunity. And in fact, there's never any growth without change. We can't elevate without changing. Why we need to embrace change? We grow through facing challenges, I believe, and handling them in a creative way. And whether it brings short-term advantages or disadvantages, in the long term, each change is just one step in our personal development. In addition to opportunities change offers, it also presents a challenge to your skills. To be successful in business, you must be flexible and adaptable. I did an episode about this, adapting to change in your business. You can check that out. Your negative limiting beliefs tell you that this is bad because it's a shift away from the status quo. It's taking you out of your comfort zone. And how you meet these challenges can determine how you meet the next one. You'll have a list of successes you can draw from and use that for motivation when you face the next obstacle. And embracing change and seeing it as something positive is so essential to cultivating that success mindset. So I'm just going to go through 5 specific techniques you can use to help you welcome change. So here we go. Number 1, make a list of successes and positive changes. This is really good. I do this. Go back over big changes you faced in your past. Look at how it impacted you. Look how it affected you. And you'll find that a few you wish never happened. I'm sighing because my brain is already thinking about the pandemic. I'm just like, I always try to get the positive from it, but I know that it was really bad, but there was a lot of positive things that did come from it. But most likely, the majority of these changes, ended up benefiting you in some way in the long term. So write them down. Write down the list of the positive results, the results of those changes and the success you've had meeting them. And keep it somewhere where you can refer to this list whenever you find yourself facing something new, another change, another challenge, and you can go back and refer to it and see the positive and see how you overcame the challenges. Now, number 2, predict and prepare. Now, no one can ever really know the future, but we know the patterns of life. So sudden and unexpected changes are usually quite shocking. So to take a proactive approach and get ahead of any potential challenges you might face, set aside time regularly to strategize. Consider anything that might happen and develop a plan to deal with each contingency. Now, this is not about being negative, like, something bad is always going to happen, but it's just about being prepared, really. And when there is a big change, even something really bad, you're able to face it prepared with confidence. Number 3, banish your inner critic. Oh gosh, my inner critic is I have a strong inner critic. It's important to get rid of that negative self-talk and limiting beliefs. I've done a podcast episode on limiting beliefs. You can check that out. And these limiting beliefs are the ones that really destroy our confidence. And we all have that inner critic, that inner voice that says we can't do something, we shouldn't do something, you're not going to be able to do it. And it's, it just constantly plays in your mind sometimes for some of us. And when you're facing a sudden change, this is where that inner critic can just pop up and just really start going into overdrive, telling you, no, you can't change, you can't do this, you can't, no. It's just perfect change is the perfect situation for the inner critic to come along and just discombobulate you. I've been dying to use that word. But yeah, and it's, the limiting minds, the limiting beliefs it's a habit. And this is a bad habit of thinking. And like any other habit, you can break it and replace it with another. So first, it's always the self-awareness and learning to recognize when you're doing this, your negative self-talk, and create some positive words, some positive language that you can use to combat it, and learn to rephrase negative thoughts always into positive ones. Number 4, this one I love, and this is so important to me personally. Surround yourself with positive people. By nature, I'm a very positive person and with good energy. And it's very important for the people around me to have that same energy. And how we feel about change is essential. It's an essential part of our mindset. And the way we think rubs off on others. So it's important to surround yourself with people who are success and growth minded, the elevate mindset people. And those people approach change positively. And you can draw on their positivity for inspiration whenever you need it. So if you're around people that are always talking down, talking negatively, Jules, are you sure you can do that? I don't know. Maybe you need to rethink. No, you just need the positive people around you who can help you see your potential, help you see how you can move forward or how you can adapt to this change. So that one it's very, very important to surround yourself. Right, number 5, look at the bigger picture. It's easy for us to see just a day, a week ahead of us, even a month ahead of us. But it's always important to look at the wider, bigger picture. And change is usually just a bump in the road. Usually it's a bump in the road. It means that you have a tough time this week, this month. But if you look at the bigger picture, you will always see that change opens doors to new opportunities. It's not always, sometimes it can be hard to think about it like that, but it really can. And that's the elevate mindset. You always see the opportunity. You always see, how can I grow from this change? Look at the pandemic. Look how much we've grown. Just one example. The pandemic produced this podcast. And that's something amazing, something great. It's important to try and foster this perspective the moment change strikes, and you'll deal with it definitely more calmly, and you will welcome any time a change comes. You will actually welcome it. Right, thank you so much for listening to this episode on change. If you have any questions or comments, as usual, you can leave them below, or you can send us an email, get in touch with us, and I will catch you on the next one.